Thanks for coming back. Today we're in the shop. As you can see, the boys are in school. I thought we'd work on the Angling AI 5-inch jerkbaits. So you can see here, we got them all laid out on our hot plate, ready to go. So we're gonna pour the eyes real quick. I'll show you how we do it, and we'll see what happens. All right, so I usually just pick the cup up and drop each eye into each eye, that little tiny eye, if you can see that. But I thought I would show you another way to do it that's really easier if you're just learning how to do this stuff. So you get a Q-tip, just dip it in there, and first, before you just start going, you gotta get a coating on there. It seems to run off a lot easier when you're putting it in the eye. So let that gel up a second. Okay. Now the plastic just pours off of it easy. See that? So now you let it drip and drop it right in that eye. And see how much easier that is? So we're gonna go through and do that real quick on all of these. Alright, so there we have, all the eyes are done. That's the real tedious part. So we just kind of rush through that. But as you can see, they're all in there. Now, let's start color building the top. Okay. So, I got some plastic in the mic, warming up right now. And we're actually, this time of year, the spawn's starting here in Michigan, so the fall spawn, so I'm thinking kind of like a baby bass pattern would look good. So that's what we're gonna work with. But the way I do my pours, I like to pour the top color, I like to pour it in the head first. So we're actually doing the last color we're gonna pour, we're actually gonna pour just a little bit in the heads. So that's warming up, and I'm gonna show you how what all that means. All right, we got that beautiful dead-on plastic. Look at how clear that is. Look at that. Awesome. Now we're going to use some MF baby bass, since we're doing baby bass. We're going to start with that. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10 drops in there. We'll see what that does for us. This MF, you can actually put a lot more in it than you can with the dead-on plastics color, because the dead-on plastics color is so concentrated. You put 10 drops in there and it's going to be dark. But see, you can still see the knife through it. Here, look, we'll do the spill test here. See, it's still pretty clear. I think that's pretty good, actually. Maybe. I don't know, let me look again. You know what? Let's put 3 more. 1, 2, 3. And what's that? 13 drops. Alright. Oh yeah, that's much better. Let's spill test there. Oh yeah, see? Just a little bit of difference, not much. Nice, nice. And I think for flake, we're gonna add this 0.15 gunmetal flake. And just, you don't want much, man. Very little. See my measuring spoon, it says just a drop on there. I don't know if you can see it, but and you don't need, we're probably not even going to use that. You don't need much at all. You just the little least amount of flake you have in there, I think is better. It just, I don't know, it adds an overall like texture to it instead of overwhelming it. I just like to use flake for enhancements. And we got some fine orange flake we put in there too. You see, just pepper it in there, just like you're seasoning food, man. Just a little bits at a time. You can always add more if you want to go more. It's all personal preference. This is just the way I like to do it. I think it looks good. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Can you see that in there? I don't know if you can see that or not. Nice. I think that'll work. Alright, so we're gonna put this back on the mic for a second, and then I'm gonna throw it in the vacuum chamber and get all the bubbles out, and I'll meet you back there when we pour the heads off. Alright, so you see we got all of them out, laid out, and we got our setting on here just on warm, just keeping them warm. And temperature plays a very big role in everything you do, especially with hand playing. Okay, now I think this makes a more natural look to me when it's in the head. You'll understand at the end the final result, but this is what we do. Okay, we're gonna put just a little bit just in the head, put it in there, pour it out. See there? That's all we're doing. But we're gonna do that to all of these. That one little step, that makes a huge difference, in my opinion anyway. You'll see at the end. But so we're gonna go through and get all those heads done real quick. Alright, as you can see, it makes a mess, but you just pick it all up. It's not hot enough to keep it liquid on that burner yet. Just pull all that off there. Usually I'm over my spill shield over here, so don't make a mess all over your burner. Alright, anyway, get off of me. Okay, so now, oh no, you see that? The eye came out. Oh no, we're gonna have to fix that. Alright, that sucked. I'm glad I caught that. Okay, so now what we gotta do, you see how it dribbled over? Oop, no you can't, huh? Okay, see how it dribbled over on the mold? You just pinch it. It comes right off. Nice clean edge. And then while we're doing that, we'll assemble them. As we clean them. Pinch it off. Alright, there we have all the clamps on, all back together, hook slots in. Now we're gonna pour the bottoms, the bellies of them. So let's move over there. Oh, first we're gonna turn this heat on our griddle. We're gonna turn it up to about 200. Heat plays an important role. I do it in different steps for a reason. So it's at 200, and so it's getting hotter. And now we're gonna pour the bellies. So let's go make that. All right, so that's hot, and we're gonna use my favorite for bellies. One of my favorite colors from Dead On Plastics is Snow Shine. We're gonna put some of this in there. We're gonna do 5, 6, 7, come on, 10 drops. Now this is a pearl color. It's called a Paragon color. So it won't be quite as thick as the regular pigment, but it sure puts a nice shiny belly on it, man. But still, where it's clear, just adds that pearl, that nice pearl to it. One of my favorite colors for bellies. Alright, I think that's pretty. We're gonna heat it up and we'll meet you back over there. Alright, we're gonna turn the heat up to 250 on the skillet. And here's our hot, beautiful belly. We're going, this is about 300 degrees. So we're gonna pour it very carefully just to the top of that hook slot insert that's in there. I hope you can see that. Just like that. And there's number 2. These molds are so nice when they're warm like that. They pretty much just flow where they gotta go. And the last one, right to the top. Okay. There's that. Now we got that turned up to 250 now. So now we're gonna get back over there, and we're gonna get the vein started. All right, so now we're gonna do the vein, and you know, baby bass have that black lateral line, but instead of just pouring black in there, we're gonna do a color shift. This is some hyper shift color called Black Hole. Very cool color, but we're gonna put, as you can see, this is a smidgen. I don't know if you can see that, but we're gonna put a big smidgen of it in there. This color is so cool. Adds a little bit of extra flair to it, you know. Now this won't change it totally black. It's gonna put that flair on it. So once we get that mixed, we're still gonna add black, but now, since we got that base, cause see, it's pretty dark, huh? But when you see, you can see right through it. It's just the color shift base. So now we're gonna take the old dead on plastic black, and we're gonna add 2 drops. That's all it takes. 2 drops. Get that mixed in good. Look at that. You ain't seeing that. That ain't clear no more. Perfect. Scrape the sides of the cup good. Alright, we're gonna get that back in the mic and get it up to temp, and then I'll show you how we pour the veins. Alright, now we're gonna pour that vein. Just cover that hook slot, but you want to make sure you don't pour it into the head. So it's got to stop right by the head. Nice slow drips, and then come all the way back to the end. You gotta make sure it stops flowing before it hits that head. Just enough to cover the hook slot and then the belly that we poured first. Nice. 2 for 2. Nice and slow, take your time. And last one. Nice and easy. This hot molds are hot, so it'll just kind of flow that plastic in its right place. Okay, now remember what we did on the heads, right? So we're gonna go back, warm them up, and we'll be right back and pour the tops of those. So, turn the heat up now, bump it up to about almost 300, about 275 probably. All right, we'll be right back. All right, now we're gonna turn the heat up to about 350. This is that top color. This is only about 200 degrees because it's got the flake in there. If you want your flake to suspend in there, then it's got to be cooler plastic, hot molds. So give it a good swirl to get that flake up in the air. All right, and then very slowly fill them up. Nice and slow. Get that flake up again. Last one. Nice. All right. Now, we're gonna actually leave it on there. We're just gonna let it cook for about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna cut the power off, cut the heat off, and then they gotta cool for probably about 20 minutes to half an hour. It takes for them to cool all the way down, and then once they're cool, we'll tear them open and let's hope they worked out. We'll be back when it's ready. All right, so it's been about 20 minutes, and so we're gonna check them out and see how they did. Let me point that down. Hey, stop. Okay, let's see how they did. Look at that. See how the flake is suspended still? That's from pouring slow or cold plastic hot molds. And See how the head, I do the heads? I just kind of like that. It's more of a natural look, I think. Yeah, let's get it out of there and check it out. Oh, look at this thing. Oh, ho, ho. Look at that snow shine belly on it. Mmm. Pretty. Nice. Let's tear them all out. Alright. There they are. What do you think? Yeah, I like it. I think that looks like a little bass, baby bass coming at you. Very cool. Very cool. Alright, there it is, man. Yeah, I hope you liked it. That's how we do it anyway. How I like to do it with the heat and everything. I do it at certain intervals so that way it bonds. I think it bonds a lot better that way. But yeah, if you like them, check us out at www.513lureworks.com. And as always, thanks for hanging out with us. See you next time.